Every year in fantasy baseball, there are a handful of players who end up unexpectedly carrying someone to victory. I'm talking about the guy who either gets taken late, or in some cases initially goes undrafted, but is picked up from the free agent pool by that one person in your league who makes more moves with their roster than everyone else combined.
Ain't nobody got time for that!
Last week, I shared the 5 picks that could ruin your 2026 fantasy draft. And in this video, I'm going to share 5 unexpected players with massive potential upside that I'll be targeting late in my draft. And one of these guys is so off the radar that neither ESPN or Yahoo have him rated on their boards.
Give me the good stuff!
The first player I'll be targeting is Rays starting pitcher Shane McClanahan. Shane hasn't thrown a pitch in the MLB since August of 2023.
Wow.
And has only made 74 starts since making his debut on October 5th, 2020, when he became the first pitcher in MLB history to make his first appearance in the postseason. But when Shane has pitched, he's been among the league's best, with a changeup and curve that have baffled some of the best hitters in the game. Shane's spring numbers haven't been eye-popping, and his fastball velo has been a bit down, but most importantly, both he and the coaching staff say that he feels healthy. While I don't expect Shane to return to the all-star form we saw in 2022 and 2023, he could still wind up being one of the better pitchers in the AL, especially with the Rays ready to return to the pitcher-friendly Trop. I certainly won't make him one of the first pitchers I take off the board, but I won't hesitate to take him in the middle or later portion of my draft, knowing he could wind up being as valuable as someone taken a handful of rounds earlier. The second lower rated player I'll be going after is Blue Jays center fielder Dalton Varsho. Dalton is undeniably one of the best defenders in baseball, and while that unfortunately won't do you much good in a fantasy league, it will get him in the very deep Blue Jays starting lineup almost every day. Varsho was non-characteristically plagued by injuries in 2025, but still managed to club 20 home runs in just 271 plate appearances, good for a 7.4% home run percentage. Yes, he strikes out a lot, but his upper tier bat speed also makes him very likely to do big damage when he does connect. Add in the facts that he has looked great thus far in the spring, will have good protection hitting around him in the Jays lineup, and that he's in a contract year,
Show me the money.
has me feeling like a 30+ home run campaign could be in the works, which isn't bad for a guy you won't need to take early in the draft. Quick pause, if you're preparing for a fantasy draft right now, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe buttons so more baseball fans find this video. Thanks. The third player I'll be targeting is Padres starter Joe Musgrove. Like McClanahan, Musgrove hasn't pitched in the MLB in quite some time and is coming back from Tommy John, but that's exactly why he too finds himself lower in the pre-draft rankings. Musgrove's stuff may not be as electric as prime McClanahan's, but he still has pitched to a 3.73 ERA over 1,056 big league innings, racking up 1,050 punch-outs along the way. The Padres expect Joe to be a primary piece in their 2026 rotation, and some have even made some fairly bold predictions for him in the campaign. I personally think he'll be hungry to prove himself, and combine that with him making his home starts in the pitcher-friendly confines of Petco Park, and he could have a great year as he attempts to refine his old form. Like McClanahan, I certainly won't make him one of the first pitchers I take off the board, but if he's still around after I've taken my first few studs and key position players, I won't hesitate to take him, knowing he could wind up being a steal. My fourth target, this one even later in the draft, will be longtime member of the New York Mets and newly minted Athletics infielder Jeff McNeil. I personally love me a good utility player or two on my fantasy roster, and McNeil is exactly that, qualifying as a second baseman and outfielder in most leagues. Jeff has looked great for the A's in spring training, and should see plenty of playing time for the upward trending club in 2026. Predominantly at second base. While he's never been regarded as a big power guy, McNeil can run into one, and playing in the minor league ballpark in Sacramento could prove to be quite helpful. I don't expect him to meet his 2019 career high of 23 big flies, but I do think he can hit 16 to 20, which is great for a guy you can likely take in the final rounds of your draft. The final guy that I'll be targeting is the one that neither ESPN or Yahoo have rated on their boards. Kansas City Royals outfielder Lane Thomas. Thomas couldn't stay healthy for the Guardians in 2025, and looked lost at the plate in the 39 games he did play in. But Lane is only 3 seasons removed from a 28 home run campaign, and 2 years removed from swiping 32 bags. The Royals signed him in hopes of him filling the void left by Mike Yastrzemski signing with the Braves, so he should see plenty of playing time, especially given that he is a plus defender with an elite arm. Add in the fact that they've moved in the fences and lowered the wall heights at Kauffman Stadium to make the venue a bit more hitter-friendly, and Thomas could be poised to recapture his power stroke. Lane is truly one of those guys you should be able to take at the very end of your draft that could end up holding the value of a guy taken in the middle rounds.
Like the sound of that.
Those are the 5 unexpected guys I'll be targeting in my draft this coming week. To see the 5 ESPN and Yahoo rated players that I'll be avoiding in 2026, be sure to watch my other video up on the screen now. And of course, be sure to subscribe for plenty more baseball content.